What up, guys? Alchemist here, and I got something nice for you. So today is the meta void day. I said I'm gonna get all the meta builds for void, strand, and prismatic. Solar is just kind of meh. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't really think of a meta build for solar right now. Yeah, I really can't think of anything meta for solar right now, especially for this season, since hunters don't really have a way to get restoration like the other classes. Restoration times 2 is what I'm talking about. You have to run like red death, some crap like that. So solar is probably not the best build for hunters, I'm gonna be honest. And then stasis, it's not a stasis season right now. I could go into activity with like mass ability, but yeah, it's not as cohesive right now like these other builds I'm finna show you guys. These other builds is like guaranteed gonna work no matter what season comes around, no matter what. Okay, so today we're talking about void. The star MVP of void build is Gear Falcon. No one says the last word, Hallberg. Nobody says that. It just said Gear Falcon. Okay, if you don't know what Gear Falcon does, the exotic perk is see me, feel me. Hey yo. Anyway, your void weapons gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. So whenever we get our invisibility, we get volatile rounds. We have to shoot or do action to get out of envious. If you make envious just run out on its own, you will not get the volatile rounds. You have to shoot to get the volatile rounds. You got to shoot out of invisibility. When you are invisible and defeat a combatant while you're using a finisher, all your weapons gain bonus damage. The bonus damage is 35% extra damage. You and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improve class ability regeneration. I think they improve class regeneration like 500%, some crap like that. They want you to really get your class ability back so that you can use the reserve overshield. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability, and it gives you a real void overshield when you pop your class ability. So the whole loop with this is keep spamming envious to get volatile rounds, and then if you see an enemy in finisher range, you want to purposely go invisible, finisher move them, so you get like 5-6 seconds of 35% increased damage, and you get the reserved overshield. You can pop whenever, which you're gonna be doing with shade stepping again with your class ability to get that void, that extra void overshield on yourself, so that you can live longer with more HP and damage resistance. Since overshields are 70% damage resistance game with the extra HP on you. Yes, it got a time limit to it, but don't worry, we have fragments on to make it stay on even longer. But yeah, that's the start of this build. The weapons we're using, your freaking weapon up here, it can be whatever you want. I went with Tina because Tina handled all champions this season, so that's what it is in this slot right now. But this slot is whatever you want it to be based on what season it is, right? It's interchangeable. Your secondary weapon is void. The best void weapons to pair Gear Falcons with is Graviton Lance. When you got volatile rounds, you automatically get anti-barrier, so Graviton's able to handle anti-barrier, anything that's shielded, even regular enemies that got shields. And Graviton just blew up everything in the midst of things. So Graviton lands blowing up everything with cosmology and Vorpal weapon on to do more damage. You got no fallout damage to second shot issue, and its catalyst give it freaking under over as well, so you break a combatant shield with this gun, you get an overshield on you as well. And then anybody get killed by these void projectiles that get made out of targets, they track and find other targets, and if the target get killed by that, they continue to do even more goddamn cosmology void projectile explosions. So Graviton Lance is good for ad control in general with this build. Very amazing. This is what I recommend. In my lost sector, I want to be different, and I end up using Fire 1 in my lost sector run just to see the damage on it for my void. And double special with Tina with air trigger. You can do double special a lot in this game with that. So Fire 1 is another option you can use, and you can get destabilized rounds with Fire 1. You don't need a stabilizer round because you got Gear Falcon on, because you can definitely go onslaught on this weapon so it can shoot faster every time you get a kill with it, or it's assistant, so you don't have to worry about reloading this gun. You do not need the stabilizer rounds on this gun at all rocking Gear Falcon. But this is another alternative if you're a Fire 1 fan. You also can use Laboring Art. Laboring Art deals with overloads, and with volatile rounds, the tick and poison, You're spreading volatile and poison and everything when you're shooting Le Monarch. Very good gun for this build as well. There's probably other void exotics you can use as well, but these are the main ones. Le Monarch for overloads, Graviton for ad control / anti-barrier, you got volatile rounds, and then Cryo 1 for damage for a special weapon. Also, you can use Word of Crota. I got Repulsor Brace on mine. Any Repulsor Brace, void weapon, because while using volatile rounds with Gear Falcons, you will be getting a void overshield every time you kill an enemy because of Repulsor Brace triggering off of a void debuff, which is volatile round. I also got another Word of Crota that got Repulsor Brace and Rampage because of this. I don't need to stabilize rounds on Word of Crota, so I might as well go Rampage to get that extra damage. Good thing about Gear Falcons, you don't have to worry about getting the stabilizer rounds on weapons. You can just spec into other damage perks to help the gun out even better, since you're going to be getting volatile rounds to every void weapon. And lastly, we're rocking our favorite Retrofit Etchapade. It's a machine gun metal right now with the artifact, so of course I had to bring my baby back out here. Retrofit got target lock on it and 4 times the charm, so I feel like I have a lot of ammo with Retrofit Escapade. I can run through any activity with volatile rounds with Retrofit, getting precision shots, getting my ammo back 4 times charm, and target lock doing more damage as I keep shooting at one target. Got backup mag in it as well. Just truly feel like I don't have to worry about ammo at all while rocking this. The transit you can do improve range handling and damaging combatants during the opening moments of an engagement, ambushing them. Or you can go with Suros, where reloading this grants this weapon bonus handling and reduce incoming flinch. I prefer ambush to get that extra damage when I start a fight with anybody I shoot, right? That's what I like running, but you also can run a void grenade launcher like Bait and Switch Envious Edge Transit to get that extra damage in with volatile with it. Volatile adds more to the DPS, so you know you can do that. And then of course we in a fusion metal right now of the season, so you can do like Doom Petitioner, give a volatile rounds to every shot while you got particle reconstruction on, doing even more damage. Our artifact, we're rocking Overload Machine Gun for our Retrofit to deal with Overload champions. Volatile helps with anti-barriers, and then only thing we gotta worry about is Unstoppables. If we ever fighting is Unstoppable, we'll just put on a linear void fusion rifle, or we just got Atina to deal with Unstoppables to chill clip freezer. We're running Volatile Marksman, so whenever we get rapid void weapon precision hits or rapid void weapon final blows, we grant those volatile rounds. The reason I'm pointing this out because you don't technically need to run Gear Falcon this season because of this artifact perk right here, because then you have room to run other things like Orpheus Rig, so you can spam your tether more often, getting super energy back. You can use Mobius Quiver instead with Orpheus Rig to get 3 shots instead. You can run Star Eaters if you wanted to. You can run Graviton Forfeit if you wanted to. There's other options you can run. Fold Tracer if you want to get extra void damage in with Void Surges with your void weapons against like bosses and mages and stuff. You can do that. You do not have to rock Gear Falcon this season if you do not want to. I prefer the finisher move aspect of Gear Falcon as well to reserve overshield, so I prefer Gear Falcon, and I don't like having to get kills to get the volatile rounds. I just love coming out of MVS to get the volatile rounds, so I'm still using it, but you don't have to. But I also like the second perk of this artifact, which is Volatile Detonations grant class ability energy. That goes very well with Gear Falcon this season, so I can keep spamming Shade Step, going invisible non-stop, and just keep getting class ability back non-stop, reloading my weapons. I'll have to ever reload myself. Rocking Hold the Line because we're using Retrofit, so we might as well get health back when we get the kills, even though we will have Devourer proc, but you know, extra survivability. Dielectric, of course, it's just here. I'm gonna be honest, there ain't nothing else in this slot that I could have put on, so Dielectric is on in case I do kill an arc debuff target, which can happen from Defibrillating Blast, jolting the champions when I do stun them. Rocking Dreadful Finisher because I will be rocking 2 special weapons, but also nothing else in this list that will help avoid build, so it's good to have this. Rocking Malign Harvest, so when I do get rapidly applied volatile, which I will be doing with Gear Falcon, my next void weapon damage will be weakening, so I'm weakening targets while I'm shooting volatile. And then we got Flashover, make our bow charge do more damage with Defibrillating Blast, and then Defibrillating Blast gives us health back whenever we trigger freaking bolt charge, and we get jolting targets when we do the bolt charge, which will help with dielectric. So yeah, we will be getting bolt charges in this build. And then we're rocking heavy ordnance regeneration because we are rocking our retrofit, so we might as well get times 2 resist with this build while we have void overshields and whatnot. So a lot of damage resist in this build, a lot of overshields, a lot of healing. That's what we're rocking our artifact. Fragments we're rocking, of course, Deadfall, Shadow Shot. If you ever feel like you don't need ad control, you can go to Mobius Quiver to use on champions and bosses. It do a lot of damage, so you know, pick whatever you want to pick right there. Rocking Marksman Dodge, so reload our weapons. I don't have to worry about it. I don't care about getting my smoke back. Smoke back comes back at a good rate already because of mods on armor and whatnot. So I just rock Marksman Dodge to reload my weapons. So I just keep the pressure going out without having to worry about reloading. I'm rocking Snare Bomb because that's the only melee we got here. But Snare Bomb weakens in disorient/blind targets, so it's very good for dealing with like yellow names that are too tanky. You blind them, you just go ham with them with retrofit with headshots and target lock, getting the bullets, getting the volatiles, and doing crazy damage. Your grenade is up to you. I prefer Vortex because it take damage over time and sucking in enemies in one area. But you can go Scatter Grenade if you want to do more damage with grenade. You can go Suppressor Grenade if you want to suppress and blind a target. You can use Void Wall if you want to cover more ground with a grenade. You can use Spike Grenade to stick to a target if you want to. You can use Magnetic Grenade if you just want a stronger grenade, damage grenade. I don't recommend Ascion Bolts, and I don't recommend Spike Grenade in here. I can only recommend Magnetic, Void Wall, Suppressor, and Scatter and Vortex. We're rocking Vanishing Step so we can go invisible whenever we want to trigger the volatile rounds with Gear Falcon instead of having to wait and try to trigger a debuff to avoid, like trying to wait to be like, oh, let me blind this enemy for weaken this enemy for smoke bomb and then kill him, then I get my stash execution and then the combo gets going. I can just Vanish Step whenever I want to get the combo going, and I can use this if I ever feel like I'm in an emergency and I need to get out of jail free card. Stash execution, whenever we kill the target that's weakened, suppressed, or volatile, we get invisibility and true sight. So we're just going to be killing enemies non-stop, going invisible every single time from Stash Executioner with the volatile rounds with Gear Falcon on. So the enemies always going to lose sight of us non-stop, and we get to kill enemies with ease with volatile at clearing everything and killing enemies quick. And then we don't really care about the second part about this, about the next melee do more damage. Don't really care about that. You could use that while you're invisible to slow smoke do more damage, but yeah, that ain't really important here. Fragments, we're rocking Echo Persistence so that our Devourer and Invisibility and Overshield stay on even longer, which is very good. We're rocking Echo Starvation, so whenever we pick up a Void Breach or Overpower, which we're going to be creating a lot of, we'll keep Devourer on. We're rocking Echo of Vigilance, so whenever we get low health, whenever we're in red health, we kill an enemy, we get a Void Overshield, and then that does work with Echo Persistence, so the Void Overshield stay on longer. You can replace Echo of Vigilance with Echo of Obscurity in case you want to do finisher moves to go invisible. That works as well. So yeah, that's interchangeable. It's up to you. You feel like you're never really getting in red health for Vigilance to get triggered, you can definitely go Echo Obscurity to get that envious for finisher moves, to continue the loop with Gear Falcon finishing moving while invisible, get that 35% extra health, damage, and the extra health overshield, reserve overshield from Gear Falcon. And then lastly, we're rocking Echo Succession, where finisher final blows cause a burst of void damage that basically spread volatile to all enemies near me. So they knock enemies away from me when I'm doing finisher moves on champions and whatnot. But also, we're mostly here for the second part where it say defeating volatile targets create a void breach. So every time we're doing volatile with Gear Falcon, we're making void breaches, which goes in tangent with Echo Starvation. Pick up a void breach, give me Devourer. You want to keep the Devourer up non-stop. Devourer, killing enemies, give us grenade energy while we got Devourer on, and we get half our health. It used to be full health, but it's half health now. We get half our health now from killing enemies while we got Devourer on. So you want to keep that up. And every time you kill Devourer, it resets, it extends the timer. So Devourers are our survivability here. Keep killing enemies, keep getting health, keep picking up ores of power and void breaches to trigger Devourer. And when you do that, it does give you health. So we ain't gonna be running like recuperation on our leg piece because this is better than recuperation. And then also too, we also gonna be using void breaches to get our class ability back quicker as well, because void breaches give class ability energy. So we're gonna be able to Shade Step even more with the artifact, giving us back even more. So uptime on Shade Step right now is crazy. The mods we got on, we're rocking a Harmonic Siphon, so we're getting Void kills, so that make ores off of Void weapon kills. Heavy Ammo Finder for retrofit, and then we just got Scout on for our teammates, help them out. You can replace it with Powerful Friends as well. Just an open free slot. If you end up having 2 slots left in here, that really ain't nothing left. Yeah, Heavy Ammo Scout. RP for rocking mental transfer, so we call them for our grenade. We get melee energy back for our smoke. Since Devour gonna be giving us our grenade energy back a lot every time we kill people, we might as well help our melee energy come back quicker. We're rocking bolstering detonation, so we do grenade damage. We're gonna be doing a lot, spamming our grenades. It'll give us class ability energy, so we can have our Shade Step back whenever we need it. And then we got the other one, Focusing Strike. When it calls power melee damage, we get class ability energy back. You want your class ability to be up always, so that you can just always have a get out of jail free card and continue your loop on Gear Falcon to go invisible whenever you want. We're rocking our resist mods, but I'm also rocking Harmonic Reserves to have more ammo for Quarry 1 for this lost sector and retrofit. But mostly it's just for retrofit or a void grenade launcher or you know, my heavy basically, right? Lead piece rocking 2 void surges, so we can have 17% extra damage for our void weapons. Might as well go full pressure with the volatile rounds and damage. And then we're rocking Invigoration, so when we pick up Ores of Power, we get more smokes, so we can blind more enemies and weaken them more often. You can replace it with Better Already in case you're rocking a low recovery build. You know, Devour gives you health, but it don't start health regeneration, so you can put Better Already here as well. You also can put the other one where you pick up Ores. It gives you class ability, of course, in case you want even more uptime on your class ability. Lastly, we're rocking Reaper in our class item, because we will be Shade Stepping a lot, so they just spread more into the orb generation force. And we're rocking 2 powerful attractions. They do stack. One powerful attraction don't feel like it does anything, but when you got 2 on, I promise you feel like you got a freaking Thunder Electric Shield from Sonic the Hedgehog on. Whenever you Shade Step, you're gonna pick up all the orbs in a big radius around you. I have this on purpose, so whenever I do Shade Step for a get out of jail free card, it will automatically pick up any orbs that's near me if I'm in red health, and I would immediately go back to full health because I picked up them orbs. Them orbs trigger Devour. Devour give me half my health. I pick up more than one orb, that triggers it again, so that's full health, 2 orbs of power. So if I ever in a pickle, I just Shade Step and they just pick up all the orbs that's near me that I can't see, and I'm back full health again. So 2 power attractions is very important on this build. Stats, you're going to be running 100 resilience, of course. 80 mobility. You do not need 100 mobility for this build because of all the things that help you get your class ability back quicker. Rocking 100 discipline for your grenades, but you can change this to 100 strength instead and go like 50 discipline, just because you know Devour going to be getting your grenade back quick anyway, so you might as well try to get your smoke back as quick as possible. And then we're rocking 0 recovery. I know this looks crazy, right? 0 recovery is insane. But because of me getting my health back so much from Devour, I felt like I didn't need recovery. But in hard and end content, I will recommend trying to get some recovery in your build, so that even if you are doing good with Devour and you can also pick up ores for Devour and Void Breaches to get your health back, just knowing that like if there's no ores stuff out there, if you run away while you're invisible, you have plenty of time to get your health back in some type of way while you're invisible from recovery stats. So try to build something inside recovery if you can. I'm not saying you need to, but it'll be good and hard in end-content in case you go invisible, you run away, and your health come back quick enough instead of enemies, you know, trying to hold you and shoot you while you're invisible at your last position. You know, if you're a hunter, you know BS moments like that. They still shoot you and you was invisible and you don't know how, and you have moves and everything. But that's the Void build. They can carry you in any content, solo any content in the game. Hope you guys enjoy this build. Enjoy the Lost Sector run. And until next time, love you guys, appreciate you guys always. Until next time, stay up.